His team off to a slow start, looking for a first win after 2 defeats. On the other side, you've got the head coach of the Broncos. His team off to the opposite start, 2-0, and they are at home seeking a 3rd straight win. Settle in. We think we've got a good one. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson with you. Off we go on Sunday Night Football. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Denver offense, set to take over for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
Really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, granted exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with.
Back to the air again on second. Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run here with Freeman. He'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down.
A gain of 7. And the Falcon first down.
Now it's Freeman. Good red zone running here, taking it inside the 10-yard line. Pickup of 8.
Gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Run up the middle with Miller. And this one blown up. Good surge. Let's drop him. A loss on the play, back to the 9-yard line.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
They'll try and run here with Miller. And he is going to have that Falcons first down. I do believe he's going to get it by about a yard on 3rd and 3.
At the 4-yard line.
Patterson. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. Task a bit tougher as they face 2nd and goal.
At the 5-yard line.
A run with Freeman. And nothing developed there. He'll get back to the 5, and that's all. Good job so far by the defense protecting the short field. Now it's 3rd and goal. He's got it at the 3.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone,
and he'll take it on in. Touchdown Atlanta. That his first touchdown of the new year.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback, they get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Broncos offense going to take over now for the second time. They had that pick on the opening drive that led to a touchdown. So 7-0 the deficit as they get the ball back. 1st and 10. High throw, got ruled in. He's going to be marked down up around the 33. Look at the 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
At the 33-yard line.
Going to run this over the center with Johnson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. They'll go again with Johnson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing new.
These are the impact plays that this linebacker is capable of, Mike. Not only dissecting and determining where the ball was going, but then to shoot through the line of scrimmage and make this tackle for a loss. That's a big-time play by a really good player.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field, following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend. But as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
The Falcons offense ready for their 2nd possession. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. Going back in the backfield. We'll get the carry here. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. Good blocking to the 15. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
So you look back a week ago, Mike, and that tough loss, and you can already see this is a much different group. There's a different focus, there's a different clarity, there's a different operation in and out of the huddle. They look sharp, motivated, and 2 drives later, they've got 2 touchdowns, and that's exactly how you draw it up.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Falcons move out on top, 14-0. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Broncos offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They're in early hole, 14-0. Start digging out soon. Begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
He'll drop to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete.
I know it fell for an incompletion, but pretty impressive. He was able to push that ball really far downfield as he was being hit. Really says a lot about the arm strength that this quarterback has.
And this ball incomplete. on third down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
This one, fielded out beyond the 25. And you'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds after a gain of only a couple.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
He'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. What can they do here on third down and 7?
Third down and 7.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And a good run there. Get him 5 yards. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's second and 4.
Up second and 4.
Here's a handoff to Miller. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
At his 48-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play. Brings up third and 4.
They'll throw here on third and short. And he's going to be out of bounds with a gain of 7. That'll be enough for a first down.
A gain of 7. First down.
On the handoff, this is Miller. Not much there. Maybe a yard. From the 44-yard line, here's second and 9.
Brings up second and 9.
They'll run here with Patterson. Oh, and he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. They'll set up the screen to Patterson. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So, we are through one here on Sunday Night Primetime. It's the Falcons with the early lead. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Falcons getting their puncher out there. And not the greatest of results here. This is going to hit the field of play and continue out of bounds. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. So we've seen from the start of the season the change in the kickoff rule, the ball coming out to the 35 instead of the 30. Greg, as you talk to folks around the league, there's been a little bit of a change philosophically in how to approach even when you kick a field goal in the NFL.
Yeah, and I think so much of the initial conversation is how does the kickoff team handle it? Do you pooch it? Do you kick it out the back of the end zone? And I think there's going to be a wide array of approach. But maybe the part that doesn't get talked about enough, Mike, is how the new kickoff rule actually changes how you play the game offensively. So think if you have the ball inside the 5-yard line, it's 4th and goal from the 3. In the old days, right, the days that we all remember were a touchback following a score, in this case a field goal try, you would kick the ball at the back of the end zone, hopefully, and it would be a touchback, and you would lose 17 yards. Instead of a failed 4th down from the 3, your opponent getting the ball at the 3-yard line, they would now get it 17 yards deeper at the 20, and you would get 3 points as a result. Now, all of a sudden, if you do settle for that field goal, the chances of my opponent now possessing the ball following the kickoff outside of the 30, I lose significant field position. So the idea is, I'm going to go for more touchdowns inside the 5. I'm going to go for more 4th and goal situations, because even if I fail, I would much rather defend my opponent when they're inside their own 5-yard line than outside of their own 30-yard line, because the difference in
trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
This is why every defense wants to play with the lead, because it allows them to just tee off on the quarterback. Go rush the passer. You're not worried about them handing the ball off or a little quick game. You know they're chasing points, so what can you do? You can get after this guy, and boy, have they ever. And that's a really heads-up play by the defender, Mike. Once he diagnosed the screen, he immediately puts himself in position to make the play. This offense just winds up going backwards.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. Oh, that's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack. That might take them out of field goal range.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and come out to the 20-yard line. The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. Their lead sits at 14-0 here in this second quarter, looking to run away with this one before halftime. His drive will start on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
They will run the draw play with Miller. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
A loss of 1.
We typically see the big guys up front, Mike, make plays at the line. But every so often, he's able to drive through, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
On 3rd down, they go with Miller. And he'll work ahead for about 5 to the 25.
Gain of 6 yards. It's 4th down.
Here's their punter now. They'll be looking for something a little better than that first effort, which he shanked. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. To throw here to begin the drive. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. Off balance throw, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. There is a flag on the field. And let's see what caused it. To throw. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a 3rd down. Looks like we have an injured Falcon on this play. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Shotgun snap as they'll throw it on 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller, because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Falcons offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Patterson. A nice pickup, moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
At the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a give up the middle. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back-end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
The Broncos offense headed back to take over once more. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision.
And less than a yard.
They'll go. It's Johnson. And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it. And they stuff him on 4th down.
And a great job here by the defense, being strong up inside, forcing the ball carrier to have to bounce this out towards the sideline, and he can't get the corner, and they come up with a huge 4th down stop.
The Falcons offense and their running back set to go once more. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And he will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. Now the try here for the point after. His kick is good. And the Falcons will take themselves to a 21-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on 1st down. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to go here till halftime. Greg and I return to Denver after this. Here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
1st down.
That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
brought in by Williams. Now a 3rd and 2.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up
In motion, that's the tight end, Mayer. This one just too far for the receiver in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Defense.
To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. Short throw that's pulled in by Mayer. Here's a 2nd and 6.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 32-yard line.
They'll look to throw yet again. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
That's good.
Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with a little under a minute to go in the 2nd quarter. They'll look to throw again.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. They'll come up on the 2nd down and 8. He'll get that into the hands of Williams. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
Goes 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And not liking anything downfield, he'll just get this to the sideline. It is incomplete.
It's 2nd down and 10.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the 1st half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Groupie's kick is good. And the Broncos are on the board just before halftime.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
26-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. And instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. As this Sunday's action is coming to a close, big day of football we had today. Here we go. Our trip around the league starts now. It begins up in Baltimore. The Ravens at home to take on their AFC North rivals, the Cleveland Browns. And this is the Browns wideout. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Browns get the victory. It took them a few weeks, but they win and improve to 1-2. Next up, it's Santa Clara, California. Let's look in on the Niners. They're hosting the New York Football Giants. And this is the Giants running back. He gets past the first wave of the defense, and the race is on. The Giants are off to a 3-0 start as they get the victory. Lastly, we head out to SoFi Stadium. It's the Chargers hosting the New England Patriots. And this is the Patriots running back. He's going to take it in, 18 yards away. It's a touchdown. The Patriots move to 2-1. They get the victory here. And with that, a look at what else is going on around the NFL here in week number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been back and forth to this point. No reason to expect anything different in the second half, as we get you back out to the second half and rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. This will be taken in at the 2. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First down 10. Their own 26-yard line.
They'll run here with Freeman. And that'll be a pickup of 3. From the 29, here's second down and 7.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
Now it's Freeman. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
He was taken down.
They need 8 as they come up for third down.
Brings up third and 8.
He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's good for a Falcon first down.
Gain of 13 yards. First down.
Do a nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
1 yard gain. Brings up second and 9.
Once again, it's Miller. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's out of bounds, down inside the 35. Set to go now on first and 10.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
Now, faking the give. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds. He is well shy of where he needs to get to. It'll bring up fourth down. This one is good. He knocks it through. And the Falcons will extend their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They're in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They'll start by going forward with a pop pass. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Right back to Williams. They connect again. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
3rd down.
They'll try to run through it with Johnson. Oh, he didn't need much, but I don't think he got there. Gonna depend on the spot, but it looks like he is short.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over.
26-yard line.
The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. This one, bang it away. Good coverage there. It's incomplete.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to the air once more on 2nd down. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Pickup. And it's 3rd down.
He'll drop to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And he will have a first down, but I don't think that's going to stand. They're already heading backwards. On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. He's going to look for the home run ball. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground with Johnson. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 1.
48-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1. It's a gain of 8.
Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ballgame now. This one's good for a first down.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
And they'll get him up 4 here as he is taken down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now, someone up front moves early. Can't continue to make these mistakes if you're trying to mount a big comeback. He'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Green.
To number 89. 4 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 17-yard line.
Williams in motion. They'll throw out of the gun. To the goal line and in. Touchdown Broncos. That is second TD catch of the season.
Like we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. The quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point is up and through. And the Broncos are able to cut into the deficit. After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. And no return here. This is a touchback. The Falcons offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. A run with Freeman. And wow, tough to bring down that time. Searching forward for a pickup of 6. Second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second and
They'll stick with him again. And he'll be near the first down marker. It's called a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
He's got his man right side. It's complete. And they finally catch up with him, but it's a big play, taking it into the red zone.
A gain of 40 yards. And the Falcon first down.
So, 3 quarters have come and gone. And Sunday Night Primetime continues after this. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's 1st and 10. We see a lot of this as they begin the 4th quarter on the ground. And he's into the end zone. And they are making it look easy. Touchdown Falcons. That his 2nd touchdown tonight. These scores have to be a relief to this team, Greg. Looking at going 0-3 instead, a 4th quarter lead, and it looks like win number 1 is on the way.
Absolutely, and at this stage of the season, still being early, this is about as close to a must-win as it gets. Historically, teams that avoid 0-3 starts by getting back to 1-2, the likelihood of them being in that playoff picture is drastically different. So, big win today when they needed it the most.
Across the 20, they'll mark them down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. That, not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Catch is made. That is Williams. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and
Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete. Here now, 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Throwing now from the gun. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. Not only do they convert on 4th down, they picked up a quarter of the field. A gain of 25.
seen a bunch of mean guys in the band that are tired. Throwing on the west side, giving side eyes. Anybody that I really recognize, I ain't surprised the rock to the vibe. Probably the reason you die.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. They'll swing this out to Johnson, and he's going to be out of bounds, so they take advantage of the 1st and 5 situation and pick up the quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard.
They'll look to throw. Working free downfield, it is Williams. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
14-yard line.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll look to throw yet again. He pulls it in around the 5. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. They'll look to throw again. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Denver. He's got another one. His 2nd touchdown of the evening. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Broncos 17.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense and their running back set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. They'll begin here on the ground. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down.
38-yard line.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. A run up the middle with Miller. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Got it open downfield on the crossing route. And it will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pass play good for 22. 1st down, Atlanta.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
They'll stay on the ground. And this time, they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's 2nd down.
This back's been having his way all night long, Mike. Just a lot of room to operate. Great job by the offensive line all night long, but in this case, defense does their job. They're able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Looking for his tight end there, but let him too far. That's an incompletion.
Makes it 3rd down and 12 yards to go.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that one's incomplete. They're really ratcheting up the coverage there. And they force 4th down. The Falcons sending out the field goal unit. This a 48-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately his passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. And he's going to have the 1st down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. He's going to get forward for about 5 yards, but this one might be coming back. Let's check in with the referee. Going to be incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, but I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He's got his man complete to Johnson. Throwing now on 3rd and long. A pass taken in by Johnson. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. It's going to bring up 4th down. He'll drop to throw. That's 3. 3rd time tonight he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
It makes sense to try to push the ball downfield, Mike, and go to the air when you find yourself trailing by this deficit. But it also makes you very predictable. You see the defense, they're in nickel personnel, extra defensive backs on the field. It gets that much harder to throw when the defense knows it's coming.
The Falcons offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And after a slow start to the year, they put it together so far in this one. Trying to avoid the 0-3 start and looking good to do that right now. On 1st and 10, it's Miller. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Up the middle they go. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Falcon first down.
First down, Falcons.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap. Not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Brings up second and 10.
They'll run straight ahead with Miller. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Atlanta. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off. After this, down at the 12, it's first and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, and he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Atlanta. 3 touchdowns for the game, his first 3 of the year. And making a hat trick, that is his 3rd rushing touchdown of the game. A big reason his team is on top.
And so far, Mike, this run game has been the difference, and we're going to see in the second half. Now, can they protect this lead? Because, Mike, that's where a run game has its most value. And so far, this guy's been incredible.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to get back at it. They'll start it here with a first and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
Brings up second and 10.
He'll step up and run and mark him down up beyond the 30s. Line of scrimmage is the 31 as they line up first and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
He's going to let this one go deep. That is hard. And they take him down. Big pickup through the air. But there is a flag on the field. Will this stand? Get this complete. It's Williams over the middle. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5.
A gain of 15 brings up second down at the 36-yard line.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
And while this one is all but over, these guys aren't going to let up one bit. They have a lot of pride in their performance, Mike, and just because they have this big lead, they're not going to give you anything easy here down the stretch.
Open man, right side. He's got it. They'll come up here, first and 10. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops, 46 seconds to go. He'll look to throw. And he's close to another first down. This is marked down just shy of the marker.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the 38-yard line.
Short throw that's pulled in by Mayer. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down. They'll throw out of the gun. Quick throw, taken in. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down.
84. That's It's a gain of 7.
The Broncos going to signal for their third and final timeout. The clock will stop with an even 20 seconds to go. Third down, 3 to go. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's fourth down. Back to throw. He's got his man. Right side. It's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth down. On second and 10, they'll try to throw. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just one more play. Good drive so far, but this is a big hurdle. It is third and 10. And it's going to be some points here at the finish line. This is a touchdown. They fought till the end, but still will come up short. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His third touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
So it's a win for the visiting Falcons. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. In the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That's the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. From Denver, good night, everybody.